Hi, this video should serve as my example informative speech. Typically I do an informative speech before the class does. Wanted to give you an example of what it looks like. You can also go to YouTube and just type in informative speech, and there are literally dozens and dozens of examples. I want you to see an example of what this looks like, but I also wanted you to know that I'm doing the exact same work that you are. I went to the academic databases, pulled down quotes and images, fabricated a PowerPoint. You will get a copy of my outline and a copy of my PowerPoint in addition to this video, so that this week as you were putting together your video, you have some type of guidelines and parameters. Let's go. How many of you have never heard of Omega Psi Phi fraternity before right now? How many of you have heard of Omega Psi Phi? Maybe you know a member, maybe you know something about the organization. The reality is that whether or not you've heard of it, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated has had a measurable and distinct impact upon American life and culture. You happen to know at least one member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, because my name is Derek Payne, and I am happy to be the immediate past bossilus of Theta Alpha chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, the Dallas graduate chapter, which is currently the 6th largest chapter of Omega Psi Phi in the entire world. Today I'm going to discuss the origins, the nationally mandated programs, and famous members of this organization. First, according to the database of African American life and culture, Omega Psi Phi was started November 17, 1911 at Howard University on a cold, rainy Friday night. According to Herman Dreer's book, The History of Omega Psi Phi, undergraduate students Oscar Cooper, Frank Coleman, and Edgar Love approached biology professor Ernest Just about forming a national fraternity. Out of this initial meeting, the Omega Psi Phi fraternity was born. According to the minutes of this meeting, which are stored in the Moreland Spingarn archives at Howard University, the initial meeting decided some important things. The name of the organization, Omega Psi Phi, was formed based on the initials of the Greek phrase Ophilia Phusakamos Phusakamon. Friendship is essential to the soul. That phrase was chosen as the motto of this organization. The official colors of the organization, royal purple and old gold, were chosen because they matched the Old Testament description of the robes of Jesus. I've told you about the origins of the organization. Now I will discuss our nationally mandated programs. According to Warren G. Lee, a Dallas businessman who served as the 40th International President of Omega Psi Phi, an Omega man is expected to serve as an asset to his organization and his community until we throw dirt on his casket. There have been many international programs that are executed by the fraternity. There are actually 14 current work programs in place for all 755 chapters to execute all over the world. Programs include, but are not limited to, our Habitat with Humanity project, our blood drive donations. Omega men donate thousands of pints of blood. One of the early members of our fraternity was a man named Charles Drew, who pioneered the storage and development and transfusion of blood during World War II, personally saved millions of lives. I know Dr. Drew as a 1934 initiate of Omega Psi Phi through Howard University. Out of this honor for Dr. Drew, Omega men donate thousands of pints of blood a year. Omega Psi Phi is hard at work in giving scholarships and feeding the homeless and making the community a better place. I've told you about our mandated programs. Let's discuss our famous members of this organization who have influenced American life and culture. Omega men say that a brother is a brother, but there are many Omega men who've made an indelible impact upon our communities. According to Regional President Patrick Smith, who's Vice President of Technology for Bank of America, Omega men are expected to be at the pinnacle of their chosen position. As an example, there are at least 9 men that are members of this organization that have their pictures on U.S. postage stamps, including Ernest Everett Just, who was one of the initial founders of this organization. If you look at public life and culture, people like Brother Michael Jordan, Brother Shaquille O'Neal, Brother Steve Harvey have made indelible contributions, not just in the terms of athletics and entertainment, but in terms of their philanthropy efforts. If you look at local politics, our local chapter has had a huge impact upon the world that we live in. Brother Stephen Reed is a member initiated in Theta Alpha chapter who was recently elected the first African American mayor of Montgomery, Alabama. In addition, the last mayoral election included Brother Albert Black as one of the candidates. And the current U.S. Senate election, which will take place in November, has on the ballot, made the runoff, Democratic candidate Brother Royce West. These men are continuing to make a difference in the world around them. I told you I would talk to you about the origins of Omega Psi Phi, its national programs, and its impactful presence in both national and local culture. And I feel like I've effectively done so. For more information, please check the international website at oppf.org or the local website at thetaalpha.com. Thank you for your attention. Okay, now when you go back and watch the video, when you go back and look at the documents that are attached to this video, hyperlink that's going to come out in your email, you will see not just the written outline. I worked off of outline. I did not freestyle that. I worked off of an outline. I'm encouraging you to do the same. I've sent you a blank copy of the outline. All you have to do is type your stuff into the blanks. But I'm also showing you a copy of the PowerPoint, not just to show you that I'm doing what I'm asking you to do, but so that you can see that there are illustrations that go along with this speech, and hopefully they will make this topic make more sense. Hope all is going well for you. I'm working as hard as I possibly can to keep up with the work that you're turning in. Please keep turning the work in. Don't lose, don't quit. Reach out if you need any help in particular. Peace.